Hi, I'm Kelsey Raffel. I'm the Interpretive Content Manager at the Zoological Society of Milwaukee. Today, I'm going to be talking about Conservation Biofacts. Specifically, I'm going to be talking a little more about storytelling and how you can use storytelling to help connect people closer to the animals that live at your zoo or an aquarium. First, let me define storytelling for you. So storytelling is using words, images, or different objects like biofacts to create a narrative. So not all biofacts have to be from an animal, but some biofacts can help us tell a story about how to encourage people to take conservation action. Stories can help us talk about difficult topics such as the ivory trade or poaching, for example. We can use biofacts to help increase the knowledge of these different types of stories. So for example, what I have here in front of me is a snare sculpture of an African painted dog. So this snare would have been used to capture an animal like a painted dog, but instead it was molded into an art piece. So villagers that live in the areas where the poaching happens are trained as artists instead of poachers. And then they can create these types of sculptures as a means to provide for their families. Another example of using stories to talk about difficult topics, like I mentioned, include the ivory trade. So this is a sculpture of a dragon, as you can see. However, the sculpture is not made of ivory, but instead it is made out of a natural material called a tagua nut. This is a tagua nut that comes from a species of palm, and tagua nuts can be carved very similarly to how ivory is carved to make different sculptures or even jewelry. And this is a more sustainable way to create these beautiful art pieces. You can also use stories to talk about how biofacts relate to animals in different cultures. Take, for example, this sculpture of Ammit. She is known as the devourer of souls in ancient Egyptian mythology. She is 1 part crocodile, 1 part lion, and 1 part hippo. These 3 animals were seen as the biggest threats to ancient Egyptians, and that is why she is called the devourer of souls. And also use cultural relevancy to talk about our pets. So this is a Tonala cat. Tonala cats are traditional Mexican art pieces, and they help provide context to how people from different cultures relate to their animals that they might have at home. Finally, we can talk about biofacts and how they directly relate to people to take conservation action. For example, this is a gorilla hand. This really catches people's attention to come over and touch it, or to put their hand up to the model of the gorilla's hand and compare the size. So you can ask a guest, how might your cell phone help a gorilla?
In a gorilla's natural habitat, a mineral called coltan is mined and used in your cell phones.
This is creating habitat destruction where a gorilla lives. You can help gorillas by donating your cell phones. This prevents the future mining of coltan in their natural habitat. These are just some examples of some stories to tell around conservation biofacts. Next time you're interpreting, you can think of your own stories to tell about the biofacts at your zoo or aquarium. Thank you.